child's desperate cry cut through the noise of the street and stopped a group everyone feared. The roar of engines, the leather jackets, the intimidating presence of a biker gang. Everything froze the moment a little girl ran toward them, tears streaming down her face, screaming for help.
"They're beating my mama."
For years, people had crossed the street to avoid these bikers. Rumors painted them as ruthless, dangerous, and heartless. But in that moment, none of that mattered. What stood before them wasn't fear or reputation. It was a terrified child with nowhere else to turn. The leader knelt down, meeting her eyes, listening. Without hesitation, engines shut off. The gang followed her back, not with violence, but with purpose. When they arrived, the abusers scattered. No punches were thrown, just presence, authority, and protection. The bikers stood between the woman and harm, refusing to leave until help arrived and she was safe. Witnesses were stunned. Phones came out. Whispers spread. The same men people feared were now shields for a broken family. That night changed more than one life. It reminded everyone watching that humanity doesn't wear a uniform. Compassion can live behind tattoos. Strength isn't proven by causing fear, but by stopping it. The child didn't see monsters. She saw hope. And the world saw something it often forgets. Sometimes the people we judge the hardest are the ones who show up when it matters most. Violence has a way of escalating when pride and fear collide. Reputation often demands dominance, strength, and silence. But innocence has a different power, one that disarms without force. When a helpless child stood in the path of hardened bikers, the situation could have gone in many directions. The world expected one outcome. The Hell's Angels chose another. They could have turned away. They could have protected their image, avoided involvement, and let the chaos continue. Instead, they chose to protect someone who had no power at all. In that instant, the rules of the street were replaced by something older and stronger than reputation, moral responsibility. The bikers didn't act for applause. There were no cameras, no audience demanding heroism. There was only a frightened child and a woman in danger. And that was enough. Their presence alone shifted the balance of power. Violence paused. Fear retreated. Safety took its place. This moment revealed a truth many forget. Strength isn't proven by intimidation but by restraint. True power is shown when those capable of causing harm choose instead to prevent it. The Hell's Angels didn't lose their identity that day. They redefined it. In choosing protection over reputation, they reminded the world that even in the darkest corners of society, humanity can rise. Sometimes the line between menace and guardian is thinner than we think, and it only takes one innocent cry to reveal it. Fearless doesn't always look strong. Sometimes it looks like a small girl running toward danger with nothing but love in her heart. She didn't know who the Hell's Angels were. She only knew her mother was in danger and she needed help. Her voice cracked as she cried, "They're beating my mama." That plea pierced through years of hardened lives. These men had seen violence, caused it, survived it. But this was different. This was innocence knocking on the door of conscience. In that instant, they stopped being bikers feared by the city. They became guardians. They rode with purpose, confronted brutality, and ended the nightmare unfolding in the shadows. No applause followed. No cameras captured it. But a life was saved, and a child learned that help can come from the most unexpected places. The mother would carry scars, but also gratitude. The daughter would carry a memory of courage, hers and theirs. That night rewrote destinies. One fearless plea transformed a biker gang into a shield, proving that even in a world full of darkness, humanity can rise from the least expected hearts.